If you think the reason you aren't rich yet is because your boss doesn't pay you enough, I have a harsh truth for you. Your bank balance isn't empty because of a lack of money pouring in, but because your brain is a bucket with a hole in the bottom. Welcome to Tony Invests Wealth. Today, we are going to expose the terrible money habits that are silently assassinating your freedom. Most people are trapped in a false belief. They believe that if I just make a little bit more, all problems will disappear. But the reality in the US is that nearly 40% of those earning over $100,000 a year are still living paycheck to paycheck. This is not an income problem. This is a behavioral crisis that I call the advancement trap. To understand why the more we make, the poorer we become, I want to introduce a classic theory, the Diderot Effect. Denis Diderot, a French philosopher, received a gift of a magnificent and luxurious red robe. But immediately, he felt his old household furnishings were no longer worthy of this new robe and began replacing everything. He bought a new mirror, an expensive desk, only to eventually fall into debt just because of that initial robe. This is the exact scenario that millions of Americans repeat every time they get a pay raise or a year-end bonus. We don't buy a single isolated item, we buy a lifestyle, and that lifestyle tends to spread like an oil spill. Let's do a reframe right now. Don't treat money as a medium for shopping. Treat money as units of freedom. Every time you swipe your card for something unnecessary, you don't just lose money, you are burning up hours of future freedom. Data from the US Federal Reserve shows that consumer credit card debt has just hit a record $1.13 trillion. This means we are using future money to buy present things that we fundamentally cannot afford. The root mechanism here is a combination of hedonic adaptation psychology and the pressure to keep up appearances with the neighbors. The billion-dollar advertising system is designed to do just one thing: make you feel unhappy with what you currently have. They want you to believe that your human value is measured by the brand on your shirt or the logo on the steering wheel of the car you drive. The most common mistake is that we optimize our lives for the admiration of strangers instead of our own peace of mind. Look at this visual mental model that I call the leaking bucket. If you don't patch these holes, no matter how much water you pour in, the bucket will never be full. The modern financial system wants you to be a good consumer, an obedient debtor, constantly busy paying bank interest. Every time you upgrade your lifestyle, the moment your income increases, you are single-handedly extending your required working years by another 5 or 10 years. The position of smart money begins when you realize this. True wealth is what you don't see. It's the money that is invested. Wealth is the cars not purchased, the luxury meals declined, and the assets silently generating profits while you sleep. Tony will dissect how consumer debt and the attention tax are silently eroding your investment returns. You will understand why managing risk in daily life is far more important than hunting for a superstar stock. Look at your bank statement tonight. You will see a long line of small charges: $9.99, $14.99, $19.99. We call this digital vampire syndrome. Microscopic bites that happen every day, every hour. In the US, a study by C+R Research shows that the average consumer underestimates their subscription spending by up to 3 times. They think they only spend about $80, but the actual number often exceeds $230 a month for things they rarely use. The problem isn't $10 for Netflix. The problem is the invisibilization of pain in the modern payment system. Behavioral economist Dan Ariely calls this the pain of paying. When you use cash, the brain registers a physical loss. You see the bill leave your hand and feel the sting. But with Apple Pay or credit cards, this psychological barrier is completely erased. The system wants you to spend money unconsciously. Every one-click buy on Amazon is a time you bypass your rational filter to indulge your emotional system. Now, let's talk about the giant elephant in the American financial living room. Car payments. Data from Experian shows that the average payment for a new car in the US has hit $726 per month. This is a disastrous financial mistake. You are using assets to buy something that loses 20% of its value the moment it leaves the lot. Let's do a mental inversion, like a true investor, to see its real cost. If you took that $700 and invested it in the S&P 500 index every month with a historical return of 10% for 30 years, the final number isn't the value of a rusty old car. It's $1.5 million in cash. The shiny SUV you are driving today is actually a $1.5 million theft from your own future. We are trapped in the sunk cost fallacy, trying to maintain appearances to match that car. You buy a luxury car, you have to go to an expensive car wash, buy premium insurance, and eat at fancy restaurants. The system has succeeded in turning you into a money transporter from your pocket into the pockets of corporations. Look at the next mental model, the lifetime exchange. Stop looking at the price tag in dollars. Look at it in the number of hours you have to sit in the office to make it. If you earn $35 an hour after taxes, a $200 luxury dinner is equivalent to nearly 6 hours of your life. Do you really want to trade 6 hours of stress, meetings, and pressure just for a meal that passes in 60 minutes? The next mistake is the habit of going into debt for enjoyment through buy now, pay later services. In the US, Affirm and Klarna are becoming a new kind of financial drug, making you feel like things are 4 times cheaper. In reality, they are just fragmenting the pain so you don't realize you are sinking deep into a quagmire of debt. The expected value of using consumer debt is always a massive negative number for your net worth. You are borrowing tomorrow's joy to fill today's sadness, and the price is your freedom. The brilliant investor Charlie Munger once said, "The world is not driven by greed, it is driven by envy." The worst habit is spending money to impress people you don't even really like or respect. Every time you are about to swipe your card, pause for 8 seconds and ask yourself, am I buying this for me, or am I buying it for the neighbors to see? If you think bad habits are only about spending, you are mistaken. The worst habit might lie right in how you invest. In the US, we are living in an era of financial apps that have been gamified to the extreme. Flashing red and green charts, relentless push notifications, and a trade button as smooth as a video game. The system wants you to believe that you are Wall Street's next day trading genius. But in reality, this is where the attention tax begins to drain your net worth faster than any other tax. The mechanism here is the financial dopamine loop. Every time you check stock prices, your brain receives a dose of stimulation. You feel like you are doing something proactive to get rich, but the truth is, you are doing the exact opposite. I want to introduce a classic study from 2 professors, Barber and Odian, at the University of California, Berkeley. They analyzed tens of thousands of individual accounts and discovered a painful truth for those who love to surf the market. The investors who traded the most had annual returns that lagged the broader market by 6.5%. They didn't just lose because they picked the wrong stocks. They lost because of trading fees, bid-ask spreads, and especially impatience. In investing, the habit of checking your portfolio daily is an acid that corrodes your sustainable wealth. To explain this in an incredibly simple way, look at the mental model, the wet soap. Legendary investor Gene Fama once said, "Investing is like a bar of wet soap. The more you touch it, the smaller it gets." Every time you panic sell when the market is bleeding red or euphorically buy when prices peak, you are wearing down your bar of soap. The psychology here is the illusion of control. You think you are steering the ship, but in reality, you are just rocking it. The expected value of constantly changing your portfolio is usually a negative number compared to doing nothing. Besides that, the next bad habit is home bias, which many Americans suffer from. You only buy stocks of the company you work for or the brands whose products you use forgetting about global diversification. You are betting your family's entire financial future on a single basket, and that is a massive risk. A rational investor understands that. Safety lies in diversification, not in blind loyalty. Look at the next mistake. The 24/7 news trapper. We consume financial news like fast food. Sensational headlines about the upcoming crash or once-in-a-lifetime opportunity are designed to sell ads, not to make you rich. When you act based on the news, you are always the last one to enter the party, and usually the one left footing the bill. Behavioral psychology calls this confirmation bias. You only seek out information that supports your flawed decisions. To break this habit, you need to build a steel fence for your attention. Uninstall live price tracking apps. Check your portfolio only once a quarter, and stop listening to advice from strangers on the internet. The true wealth habit is calculated laziness. Let compound interest do the work, while you go for a walk or read a book. Your position of power emerges when you realize that your time is far more valuable than trying to predict the market. Every minute you spend staring at charts is a minute you lose developing core skills or building real value. Are you starting to see the difference between a stock player and a true investor yet? True change doesn't start in your wallet. It starts right between your ears. If you still feel a pang of regret when you can't buy luxury items like your friends, you aren't truly free yet. Financial writer Morgan Housel once shared a classic quote: "Wealth is what you don't see." He explained that being rich is your current income, but being wealthy is your unspent assets. The worst habit is confusing these two concepts and trying to play the role of a rich person with shiny liabilities. Actual data from the Millionaire Next Door report shows most millionaires in the US drive mainstream cars. They live in ordinary houses and never shop just to impress strangers passing by. The psychology here is the shift from external admiration to internal peace of mind. Let's look at one last visual mental model: the ego freedom seesaw. The bigger your ego, the higher your need to spend, and the further out of reach your seesaw of freedom will fly. Conversely, when you lower your ego, you free up cash flow to build solid asset pillars underneath. The position of smart money emerges when you realize that true wealth is the ability to say no. Saying no to toxic projects, saying no to meaningless meetings, and saying no to societal manipulation. This is power positioning. You are no longer prey to the consumer system. You are the one controlling the capital flow. To help you make this shift today, here is the framework: the habit replacement process, the wealth replacement loop. Step 1. Identify the pain. Every time you are about to spend money foolishly, name the feeling. I am buying validation. Step 2. Replace the reward. Instead of buying things, use that money to buy stocks and watch it grow. Learn to get a dopamine high when you see your asset quantity increase, rather than seeing the amount of stuff you own increase. Step 3. Automate discipline. Set up a system so that money leaves your pocket and enters your investment account before you even have time to think. Behavioral psychology has proven environment is stronger than willpower. Don't test your willpower. Set up a foolproof environment. Now, let's look back at the entire journey we've taken to clearly see the cost of inaction. If you continue to maintain these small cuts, in 10 years, you will find yourself in an extremely dangerous position. You will have a house full of old stuff, but an empty soul and a bleak financial future. You will have to work until you are 70 years old just to maintain habits you don't even really enjoy. Don't let yourself fall into that tragedy. Start patching your financial bucket right this second. True wealth is not about having a lot of money, but having an abundance of choices in your daily life. I want you to take action right now. Grab a piece of paper and write down the single worst habit that you commit to breaking today. Leave that habit in the comments section. I will read it, and analyze with you how to replace it using an investor's mindset. We are here to progress together, to escape psychological traps together, and to reach true freedom. If you found these data-driven and logical analyses valuable, please like and subscribe to Tony Invests Wealth. We don't teach you how to make money fast. We teach you how to keep your money and let it work for you forever. Invest in your mind, protect your time, and play the game of the truly free. I am Tony. Thank you for taking your precious time to uncover the truth about money habits with me. See you in the next in-depth analyses. Always keep a cool head and a heart hungry for freedom.